Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is LolaAjisafe here. We're going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now this is snippet for episode 8. We're catching up. We're going to get to the current episode, but this is episode 8. And what's it called? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, but with a mar, like whatever they're trying to play on words. But anyway, so before we begin, housekeeping rules. Please don't forget to like the video. Like the video. Let's not waste time. And more importantly, drop a line, a phrase, a monologue. I'm reading everything. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't already, and you say like, you know what, I like this lady, she's interesting, hit the subscribe button so you can be subscribed. All right, so let's go right into it. So I didn't talk about it in the other snippet. We're talking about the Galantine's day out. So Kimmy had organized a date of sorts for the ladies so they could all get back together so she could play mediator, which she does really well because she's very good at being objective. And, you know, some words have been exchanged, you know. So here is the dynamic here. Mel has some issues with Destiny, and more importantly, like she feel like Tisha is the ops. And so there's some bad blood there. And so I'm not sure if Kimmy had really thought this through, because I don't think they could settle in one day, but it makes great TV, right? So the producers probably put her up to it. So anyway, they're sitting down, and so somewhere in the middle of this, you know, as Mel is talking to Destiny, they somewhat don't get very well. It doesn't really work out with when she's trying to talk with Tisha, and then somehow in the midst of all this nonsense, Destiny and Stormi start exchanging some words. It starts off like kind of, what do you say, like kind of silly, almost high schoolish, then it turns into like an exchange of words. Now the thing here is that, you know, we know that, you know, Destiny's about that life. But now that we met Stormi been about that life. Try her if you want to. So very quickly escalates. Someone threw a chair. I don't remember who threw the chair. Somebody threw a chair. They quickly scurried Destiny to another room. And then, but Stormi's still chilling. Stormi like she ready. She on 10. She like, look, like she get like a little tickle in the back of her neck. Like she excited. Like it's been a minute since she decked someone. She ready to deck anybody. With her Chanel bag in her heels, she ready to deck you. She's ready. She on 10. You know what they say about beef on sight? She's ready for her, and you can see that. Like, you know, Stormi's like, yeah. I might be the owner of Canvas Oil, but try me if you want to. Don't start none, won't be none. We definitely know that Stormi been about that life. Like she trying to retire, but it doesn't matter. Like you've been in retirement. You can pop anything. Can pop up at any time. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. This I'm just talking about. This was what's going on in Stormi's mind right now. She ready to knock someone out. She ready to put the cuffs up. This is the owner of Canvas Oil, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. I'm not going to do any product endorsements because Stormi didn't ask me to do any product placement, but I could have pulled out a bottle. But anyway, so at the back, Destiny's talking and Kimmy's kind of talking. And it was kind of cute. There was a scene right there where Destiny had told Kimmy that, I know, what would you have done in a similar situation? Kimmy said, I probably would have thrown a chair. And then they laughed. And it just, that point, there was a point of desperation where you could feel Destiny's anger and frustration because she didn't really get to and then that point right there where Kimmy just changed the direction, and it made me just smile. As black women, we go through so much. At that point, you're just like, you know what? Then at the other point, you're just like, it's good to be us. I want to say it was the sisterhood between the women. That's what I'm looking for. The sisterhood between the women was really touching, because at the point where Destiny was feeling frustrated and desperate, like Destiny was at the point where she was ready to risk it all, Kimmy came in and cracked a joke and shifted her energy. And that's the kind of sisterhood we need, we want, we desire, we love to see. Like, it was a crazy scene for two, you know, established businesswomen in that community, but the way Kimmy was able to just diffuse it, the sisterhood involved, like, sis, cameras rolling, don't do this, you don't want this, you don't want to watch clips back of you know, decking someone. That's not what we're trying to do here. And it just made me smile from inside. But yes. Anyway, you know, while they're doing that, something sets off with Tisha and Mel. Mel decides she ain't about that life, so she storms off and Stormi goes with her. So we have another scene here where we know in prior episodes Tisha had requested that you know, her mother, Miss Wonder, or if I should call her Wonder, because Miss Wonder don't respect herself, so she don't even need the Miss in front of it. But I wasn't raised in a barn, so I'm still going to call her Miss Wonder till she do something else. So she had suggested Miss Wonder shadow Marceau because she want to have a food truck. Thing is, here is like, I don't understand. I know they're trying to do great TV, but Tisha, that might not be a great idea. Because your mother doesn't understand go, she doesn't understand come. She just like act like a bull, like see a red flag and just come, like bull in a China shop. That's how she behaves everywhere and anywhere. So anyway, she meets up with Marceau, they get talking, all of a sudden she wants to confront him about some new fresh headlines. But the thing is here is like, why are you confronting him in his place of business? You come at me crazy, you're not going to like how I respond. So however Marceau answered her is how he answered her. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have a soft touching moment with you. You can't expect people to open up to you and you're being aggressive. But like all of a sudden he's going to be like, oh yeah, you know what, Miss One? No, he's not. Like, you lucky that he's doing just that. Like, it's like this lady constantly wants to open herself up to insults because she's about that life. No, sis, you're not about that life. Because ma'am, you know, someone's mom, ma'am, like you too old for this. You're not about that life anymore, sis. Like, fall back, sit down. Like, no sense. You're this lady's mother. Why are you confronting your in-law in his place of business, in front of cameras, in a public place? That shows either you're trying to produce yourself to get more scenes, or you lack the common sense and the wisdom required to handle this delicate situation like this. Because yeah, you're her mother, but you're not in the marriage. I'm just saying. You're in between two situations yourself, so you might want to fall back and be quiet and maybe just give advice from the sidelines and stop trying to come into the ring. You're not a registered or listed fighter in this. Your name is not on the marquee. Sis, fall back and give advice from the corner where your daughter sits. That's my advice to you. Like, you're doing too much. You're putting coal into the fire. You're making the situation worse. You're not making it better. Like, there's some things like the bull in the China shop doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. You need to finesse. It needs some finesse is required, and you don't have it. You don't have it. Fall back. So anyway, Marceau goes on to say something about, you know what, he's a little irritated that, you know what, he tells, I don't know if he told her or said it in the scene, that you will never have a single receipt on me. I'm like, yo, Marceau, you know, I like you. Like, you might be pegged as a villain, but bro, I like you. But what I want to advise you to do is, that may not be a wise challenge to people watching you. Like, that's like a challenge, not necessarily to Miss Wonder, because Miss Wonder just likes to bark, but that's a challenge you're now given to the people out there some people are just out there ready to pull down something if they see you in a position they like. So they might like, oh my god, this guy used to be something else, now he's this. Oh well, you know, I want to put a pin in his little gig. Dude, I'm saying again, that may not have been a wise challenge that you put out there on film, on camera. Like, either you're innocent, but innocent people still get accused, or you're guilty, but you really got like some ironclad stuff in place. But either way, it wasn't a good challenge to the general public. So I'm gonna have you just kind of fall back and don't say that again. So Wonder, Miss Wonder, forgive me, I wasn't raised in a barn. Miss Wonder goes back to Tisha to tell her, but when she goes back to return the information, she says something different. Like, brother never said he went to a hotel with someone. He did say he met up with a friend. He never confirmed about whether the back was his back, it wasn't his back, it was his uncle's back. Like, he didn't say, like, he wasn't trying to answer your questions. That's probably what you should have said. But you came to incite, to get her all riled up. And now I ask myself, are you really this girl's mother? Because there's wisdom required in these situations, and you're acting like you got none. You're acting like you have nothing to lose. You're acting like this is a street fight. No, ma'am, this is your daughter's marriage family. On TV, there should be some wisdom. Somebody needs to put you to the side and advise you. Forget reality TV, because families have been broken up over reality TV or on reality TV before. Don't let your daughter be one of the statistics that, you know, the whole thing scatters. Because Miss Wonder, like, you're creating a fire where they shouldn't be. Like, you're doing too much. Like, I'm just looking like, I want to go back. Is this lady really this girl's mother? Because she's doing a bit. You want to eat where you poop. Like, because you want to eat there, but you want to scatter it. Do you think if you scatter it now, Miss Wonder, you think you're going to be able to eat there, get your money for your food truck, get your money for this? You're not going to. Not going to happen. So even if it's just for selfish reasons, ma'am, sit down and be quiet. You know, sit down. Like was it Kendrick Lamar? Sit down, be humble. You need to sit down and be quiet, man. It's enough talking from you. End of story. And just towards the end, I'm only bringing this up because Martell come up, he's meeting up with Louis and Tiffany. I'm just like, this Martell is a handsome man, but really, that's where it begins and that's where it ends. I think that's a lesson for all of us, yo. If you look good on the outside, it may not be looking good on the inside. It's like looking at a gallon of milk. The gallon may not be swollen to show it's bad, but you open up that cap and the odor that comes out will just have you cap it back up and throw it away. That's what it looked like with Martell right now. He looked dashing in his, his suit. Sit down, they talking about he's going to do his wine tasting in Atlanta. Atlanta seems to be Sodom and Gomorrah for these people. Like, nothing good happens anytime they go to Atlanta, but they keep going to Atlanta. The producers love it. Like, yo, like, what the hell? It's like, you got 3 lights in Huntsville. This is what it is. So anytime you guys go to Atlanta, like, you lose your minds. I don't know what the basis of this is, but this is what it looked like. So talk about he's going to have the wine tasting in Atlanta. And then I guess they get talking about the book signing. And Tiffany mentions that Mel had told her that she went for a family member's funeral. Apparently Martell did not know of it. He didn't know why they didn't show up, so they never had that conversation. Yeah, it's gonna be harder. It's hard for them to. They're gonna need to work this out. I wish them well. Anyway, guys, end of snippet for episode 8. We're going on to episode 9. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Lola, over and out.